Welcome to 100 Yards of Football. Tonight is our basketball segment. I'm your host, Vincent Turner. And as always, every Monday night, we're bringing in one of the most talented basketball coaches in the country, Mr. Bryan Spencer of Carver College here in the Metro Atlanta area. If you like the video this evening, please comment and share it. As Coach Spencer is going to give you the latest breakdown of Carver's first game opening the 2021 season as they took on the North Carolina A&T Aggies last Saturday in Greensboro, North Carolina. So if you like the video this evening, please comment and share it. We'll surely appreciate it here on 100 Yards Football. So, Coach Spencer, how are you doing this evening, sir?
Man, I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. How about you?
Hey, man, I can't complain. It's always a nice time to come here and talk to you about basketball at its highest level, on the college level, with so many things that's going on during the pandemic. But I enjoy this segment every Monday night, because after I get through doing this segment with you, I learn something a little more about the game of college basketball. So for further ado, let's talk about your first game of 2021 against the North Carolina A&T Aggies on last Saturday night.
Yeah, well, I got a call from the assistant coach, Phil Shumpert, a few days prior to they lost some games, so they hit me up, man, and I had to take this one, man. I used to walk that campus, man, Market Street. I know a little bit about Greensboro, North Carolina, man. So, man, when I got that call, man, I had to take that one, man. So it was an honor and a privilege, man, just to go back to where I went to school for a little bit and see how the campus has changed and everything. It's just a beautiful campus, man. So it was an honor to go, take that game, man, and hopefully we're going to go back there again next year. So, but so that's how the game came about, man. It was just, again, they lost some games and they need somebody to fill it. And fortunately, we were able to fill the game for them.
Okay, give us a quick breakdown of the game last Saturday night.
Well, man, again, for us, man, is winning and learning. So we're on the heavy side of learning right now. So we're learning a whole lot about this game of basketball on the college level, how it's supposed to be played and what it takes to play on this level. But to be honest, man, we played well. We played well in the first half, man, and I think we gave up a 8-0 run at the end of the half, so we ended up down by 15 at the half. But for the first half of the game, we played pretty well. We donated some 3-pointers, man, gave up some open looks on some things, man, that we've practiced, that we've worked on, and so I was kind of disappointed with that. And what I try to tell the guys is this, man, it's like when you give guys leads, they get comfortable when they're taking shots. So we can't donate points and easy shots and allow teams to get comfortable and confident in what they're doing, man. So I was kind of disappointed with that, man. We gave up some wide open threes in the first half, which kind of helped them have like a 7 to 10 point cushion the whole half. And then we gave up the 8-0 run at the end of the half. We made the spread 15. And then the second half, man, we just kind of wore down. He was running. Coach Jones did a good job. He running 5 in and 5 out. They pressed us the whole game. And we didn't do a good job of handling that pressure in the second half. I think we just wore out. We wore down. And so, the game kind of got out of hand. But overall, man, I was pleased, with the energy, with the effort. Still giving up too many points off of turnovers, turning the ball over way too much, and fast break points. Those two areas, man, we really gotta show up. We're gonna work on that all this week in practice, and so hopefully we'll get that together. And I'm confident that we will.
I guess this is a personal question from me, looking at overall how your season has went. One of the aspects I want to ask you is, what has really been the most serious challenge in coaching a young team that you have? because I think you said here recent in previous shows you've had 9 freshmen in this year's team, and I think you lost 2 players when you were on the show. So, from a coaching standpoint, and then also from a management standpoint, how difficult has it been to coach this young team?
It's been tough, man. I'm not going to say it hasn't been tough, and I'm not talking in terms of wins and losses, but just because we are so heavy laden with freshmen, and then on top of that, you put the challenges that the COVID situation has put on. It's been very, very challenging. You got young men away from home for the first time. Virtual classes for the first time. So it's a lot of firsts for everybody. So, it was challenging in that aspect, but I love my guys, man. You know what I mean? Like, I love my guys, man. And I think, if they just stay focused and stay the course and go through, meet the challenges head on, like don't try to avoid the challenge. I think that's one of the things that young kids try to do is, well, I'm trying to get these guys, man, embrace the tough stuff. You know what I'm saying? Embrace the stuff that's hard, that's challenging. Embrace that. And don't try to run from it, man, because it's still going to be there. At some point in time, you're going to have to conquer it. So let's meet it right now while we're young and we're freshmen. Let's meet these challenges right on, man, and, and conquer them and then move on, because there's always going to be challenges. But let's get to the next level of challenges, So it's been challenging, but it's been rewarding, man, because you see guys start to get it. They start to figure it. I mean, my coaching style is I like for my guys to dig for the nuggets. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of coaches have different ways of doing things. I'm not a guy that gives all the answers. I'm gonna make sure you have the information, make sure you understand the question. But man, the nuggets, the golden nuggets, man, are lying deep below the surface. You know what I mean? So there's nothing of real value just laying around on top of the grass. You got to dig for this stuff, man. So when these guys get it, they're gonna be tough, man. They're gonna be tough. So I embrace all these challenges. I love it.
Where do you go from here for the rest of the season?
Hey, man, we just keep on learning. Like we had way too many points off of turnovers this past game, which was our first game of the semester. I really wish we'd had a game before this one, but we took this one on the last minute. We had a game scheduled against I don't want to, say a lesser opponent, but, an opponent more on our level, to be our first game back from the break. That was the plan. But we got this call, so we took it. And I'm glad we took it, because we ended up not having that game. Anyway, that game got canceled. So I'm glad we ended up getting this game against A&T. So, we just keep learning, Vince, man. We got a game coming up this weekend against Xavier in Nicholls State on Sunday. So we play Saturday and Sunday in Louisiana. Both those teams are going to press us. So, it's good that A&T pressed us. So now we know the mistakes that we made, the things we got to do. We're going to practice on it all week. And I don't expect to make those same mistakes this week coming up. So we'll be well prepared to handle the pressure. And A&T did a good job, man. They switched their presses up. And against freshmen, against young guys, they went from a diamond one press to a more of a 1-3-1, then the man press, and then a run and jump, and then half court they went from man to they did a good job of switching their defenses up, confusing us a little bit, and so that's where a lot of our turnovers came. So it was a great learning experience for us, man, and we're just going to learn from it and go on to the next game and keep growing.
Okay, who's next on Carver's schedule?
We got Xavier out of Louisiana on the 24th, this Saturday. And then the next day, we play Nicholls State, also down in Thibodaux, Louisiana. So we got back-to-back games down there. Like I said, both teams are going to press us. so we got to be prepared for that. But all these games are great experiences for us, man. And our guys, they know they're growing. I'm telling you, Vince, people look at the scores and they look at our record and all that. But our team, they recognize themselves, that they're learning, that they're growing, and that they're getting better. We just brought on a guy this week. Who's going to take over our strength and conditioning program, hopefully for us. So that's going to be a big plus for us, man. So, things are going in the right direction, man. You just can't, you want things to happen faster than they do sometimes. But we're pleased with our young men. And we're just going to keep, moving on in this process.
Okay, how's recruiting going for next year? What it's looking like, and who are some of the players you think you're going to bring in to be part of your 2021, 22 class?
Yeah, that's a good question, man, because having so many freshmen, and really not just the freshmen, but just I only have one senior, and because this year's eligibility doesn't count against us, he can actually come back. So I'm not necessarily losing anybody unless, they decide to do something different or we decide to do something different. So I'm going to be very, very specific about what we're looking for. First and foremost, we're looking for high character people, people with positive energy, energetic, love the game, love the Lord. That's important for us. So we're developing a special culture, man, here. But basketball wise, we're looking for guys that can really shoot it. We need some shooters, man, guys that can stretch the floor a little bit and a little more versatility and athleticism on the front line. So I got about 3 or 4 spots that I'm looking at, and we'll determine. I'm gonna be specific. I'm not in a rush. We'll find the right guys.
Final words this evening about your basketball program and the young man that's playing for Carver College.
Yeah, man. I just, again, man, I appreciate my coaching staff, Jeff Daniels, who joined us this year, Coach Tony Kemp. Jeff Daniels works with our bigs. I was doing a good job with them. And Coach Tony Kemp, who was with us last year, kind of on a part-time basis, who's really stepped up this year, really there every single day. He's the energy guy, he's the one that keeps him going, man. You see my throat stays kind of hoarse, but from yelling, but he kind of keeps him loose and keeps him upbeat, man, and keeps him loose, man, and kind of keeps me loose too, because I'm pushing, man. I'm pushing because I want these guys. This thing doesn't have to take forever to turn around. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to take forever for it to turn around, man. It's really, we just got to make decisions. Like what's our priorities? What's important to us? And how much are we willing to sacrifice? What are we willing to do to meet the challenges that are ahead of us, man? And so I'm really hard on that and pushing them. So Coach kind of keeps me loose and everybody else kind of loose. So, but we're moving in the right direction, man. Getting some more support from people. So I like where we're going. I like the direction we're going, and glad to be back on here with you, man.
Well, I like to say first and foremost, good luck on your trip down to Xavier and Nicholls State this coming up week.
Appreciate it.
Good luck to the school at Carver College and to the players. Like I said, I know some of the things that maybe not worked out as you like them for this season, but most of us see that Carver College is grinding and still following the dreams of a lot of young men that's attending Carver College. And special thanks to you. I think we need to take hats off to you for what you've done this season. Probably it's been most challenging because you played a lot of games this year on a D1 level with a D1 schedule. But from my bottom of my heart, thank you for everything and continue the good work over there at Carver College. And I'd like for you to say a final word what makes Carver College better than any college in the university. If I want to play basketball, what do you have to offer in a couple of words?
we're gonna treat you. We're gonna treat you like a man. We're gonna help you to become a better man, inside out. Our motto is you got to become a better person before you can become a better teammate. Once you become a better teammate, you'll become a better player. And when you become a better player, then we'll become a better team. But it all starts with the individual. So we focus on the individual, man. You come to Carver College, we're going to take care of you all the way around, not just in terms of basketball. Real quick, I had a young man today, man, wanted to come to Carver so bad, but he wants to major in sports medicine. And I talked to him, man. I said, man, as much as I would love to bring you on, we don't have your major. But coach, I want, and we had a conversation, man, and I just let him know, I said, listen, man, you can't make basketball decisions. You got to make life decisions. And so if we don't have what it is that you're trying to do post basketball as a major, then you need to find the school that has that. So when basketball is over, you have the credentials that you need to pursue what it is you're trying to do in life. So that's who we are, man. We're not going to exploit young men for their basketball skills and talents, man. You know, we're going to raise them up as men to be positive men in their communities and in their families. So that's who Carver College is. And we're going to play basketball at an extremely high level. We're not going to just be talking about learning next year, man. You know, we're going to be talking about winning. So we're coming, man. We're coming.
That being said, if you like the video, please come and share it. I've been your host, Vincent Turner, the head basketball coach at Carver College, my man, Mr. Bryan Spencer. One more time, if you like the video, please come in and share. We surely appreciate it here at 100 Yards Football. As I always say, I leave the show with this. Remember, AKA, I'm the baby boy and the only son of Chester and Inez Turner from the 901 Memphis, Tennessee. Y'all have a wonderful evening and stay strong throughout the week. God bless here at 100 Yards of Football.